Hello, everybody. So, yeah, my name is Shay, and I'm from Ontario, Southern Ontario in Canada, and I will be playing Mudkip, the Red Cap. He's a Red Cap who is sort of distancing himself from who he has always known he's supposed to be, in quotes, and trying to find a new life and existence for himself.
Some people might be think that you're really familiar, Shay. Why would they at least be familiar with you on my channel?
I
Just out of
played
curiosity.
Chase slash Imp on the Pokemon campaign, so might recall me from there.
And they
And
might at least recognize
Borderlands,
your
all of the
voice.
trilogies for the Borderlands game. I'm one of the voices, one of the
Yes.
mysterious voices playing
Yes.
alongside Hark and others.
Yes. So the warm-up question today is I would like for each person to please share with us some childhood memory. It doesn't have to be anything life-changing, but it has to be something significant to you in some way, even if it was just a simple activity of, for example, I went fishing with my dad. But maybe that memory was significant to you. It doesn't have to be anything tragic. It doesn't have to be anything sad, but it can be if you want. Any memory that you had in your childhood that you think is significant to your character.
This happened like in his third or fourth year at Ilvermorny. Uh, they at the time there was kind of a prank war going on between all of the houses. Felix got caught up in a bit of an ambush with some magic paintballs. People were slinging with some slingshots. Yeah. He had to hide himself in a bit of an alcove to hide. He was kind of freaking out at the time, but he ended up getting being rescued by his some of the older Horned Serpent students, and he actually managed to help them shoot some of the other houses, the students with some of the magic paintballs during that encounter. It was a time he had a lot of fun, and it was a scary moment that turned to a fun moment, and he remembers it a lot because people came to help him, and it meant a lot to him at the time.
Story of how got his first friend.
Oh,
Being in Durmstrang and the person who doesn't like the dark arts was difficult to say the least. Being people would often shun you from not really experimenting with dark arts or anything like that. But didn't like them at all, liked dark arts at all. He did only the bare minimal he ever could. Then came the time when he was supposed to get a pen pal. Try to go connections outside the school and everyone else he knew. And while he was, how say, little point of what kind of people he would get as a pen pal, he found out he got a really genius friend, one who enjoys creation of magical items or anything that simulates magic as he does, and he got a for the first time he found someone who he could actually talk about all his interests and ideas for new inventions and help his new friend to with her inventions. And that's how a friendship began with Bieno and Anira.
Oh my god, that's
oh,
so
that
cute.
is adorable.
So this is when Celeste was extremely young before she ever went to school. And she had gone to a carnival with her parents. She was in line to get some cotton candy when some boys started teasing her, pulling her hair, kind of pushing her around, just being general meanies. And she kind of got angry. And the cotton candy machine kind of started to spin out of control, let's say. And basically, the boys who were attacking her ended up getting covered in cotton candy to the point where they could barely move. And that was how Celeste discovered she had magic.
Well, that sounds like
Wow.
some sweet revenge.
Ha 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 ha.
So, a story of Mudkip. This was a couple years ago. He, part of his clan, he entered the hut of his family. He was still not an adult, so he didn't have his hat yet. But as he walks in to the hut, in front of him is his sick mother, wounded from wizard injuries, and doesn't look like she's going to make it through the season. And she's making a hat for him to wear. And she says that she will be proud of him one day, that when he wears it, it'll make her proud. He says that he loves it, and he's quite excited to put it on. And she says that life will make the hat change because it's a part of him. And he says that he doesn't want it to change. He likes the hat exactly the way it is. And she says that the best advice for him is that never let wizards get too close. But if they do, the wetter, the wetter, the better.
So I think one of his most fond memories of when he was a child was the first time that he got to go on a ride along with his father. His father was a police officer. He was about like 9 or 10. And, he always kind of looked up to his father. He saw him as kind of like a superhero. But this was like the first chance he got to actually see him in action. And it just, like the whole experience just kind of reaffirmed that his father is indeed a superhero. When he like tackled someone who was shoplifting and then arrested him. And he was just like, his mind was just blown because he got to see it happen right in front of him. And I think that's just a memory that he always keeps in the back of his mind whenever he feels kind of down.
You'll arrive home. You've been away on your trip, and you can hear guitar playing from Rodney's room.
Okay. I'm going to take off my coat. I'm just going to take off my tie a bit and relax from my long trip for a minute. Take a minute. Well, should get this over with. And he's going to approach Rodney's room and knock on the door.
You knock on the door. The music doesn't stop.
Rodney!
No answer.
I'm gonna open the door.
You'll open the door. Rodney, he doesn't seem to notice you enter. He's jamming on his guitar right now. He's got some headphones on, and he's just kind of like, banging to the beat. And he just seems to be very carefree. You smell... you know that smell.
Yeah.
Right, almost immediately.
Alright.
And there might be something like on the window right now that has a little puffs of smoke on it.
The curtains are closed, right? Please tell me they're closed.
Yeah, they're closed.
Alright, good.
Yeah.
Alright, Felix is going to roll his eyes a bit, and he's going to tap Rodney on the shoulder.
You'll tap him on the shoulder, and he'll actually jolt a little bit. And when he does, he like spills some of he had like a soda or something, a soda can on the floor, which he accidentally kicked over when you jolted him. And, he curses very quickly, and when he sees you, he takes off his headphones, and he's like, "Oh, man, dude!
Hey,
you're back!"
Hey, Rodney, here, let me get some paper towels to help you out with that.
Oh, you're such a pal, dude. Yeah. And so he'll like, put his guitar like away as you're doing that, and he'll say, So, bro, what's going on? You've been gone for... I don't know, how long has it been? He's definitely a bit not completely there right now.
It's been about 3 days.
3 days. Dude. Where are you going this time?
We were down in Brazil. In fact, there's some things I actually do need to talk to you about, Rodney.
Oh man, the Brazilian chicks are the best. Yeah. Please tell me you got to make some awesome friends while you were there.
I actually did make some awesome friends down there.
Oh, sweet. How many digits?
Well, one friend.
Oh, Felix.
It's more like a friend who is, it's not a romantic kind of friend. More like a person you get along with, you could chill with, I guess, in your terms.
I like people I can chill with. I like people I can chill with. Especially if they're the female variety, but I'm good with anyone. I'm good. I'm cool.
She was female, but yeah. Anyways, I do need to talk to you about something. So, where do I even begin? Alright, so Ronnie, we may be having someone stay with us for a while.
Is this gonna be that friend you're chilling with?
No, this is another new friend.
You got another new friend you're gonna chill with?
Yeah, it's a guy and he's gonna be chilling with us a while. Okay.
Alright. So, okay. I don't judge.
He kinda needs to hide out here. He's in a bit of a trouble, actually.
Oh, what kind of trouble is he in?
Well, his father was not a good person and got him involved with some bad stuff. So I agreed and he's gotten into a complicated situation, and I offered to let him stay with us for a while.
I'm with you there. He's got some daddy issues. I can understand. Everyone's got daddy issues every now and then.
Felix never shook his head. Alright. Anyways, there's another here. So his name is Alec, He's from I believe he's from Russia.
Russian guy.
Yeah. Anyways, leads into another thing I wanted to talk to you about. It's about my job and where and the kind of world I grew up in.
He's like, swaying a little bit, but he's listening.
Let's take a seat, because this is going to be a long story.
I am sitting, bro. He's standing up. I am sitting, bro.
I'm going to slowly push him down so he's sitting on his bed.
All right. Oh, this is so much more comfortable.
All right, I'm going to take a seat as well. Oh, I really wish you weren't high for this, Rodney.
What?
Rodney? Rodney? I'm just going to come out and say it.
You're going to come out and say it? Oh, okay. I'm ready.
Rodney, I am a wizard.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but okay.
I'm magic.
Magic? Oh, you're a magician?
No.
Is that what you've been doing?
Actual magic. Look, do I see anything broken in the room?
I mean, I don't think so. I don't think he has anything broken per se.
I'm gonna pick up the soda can that was knocked over. I'm gonna tear it up a little. You know how soda cans can be torn a little?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tear it up a little.
Okay.
I'm gonna place it down, and I'm gonna use my repairing ring on it.
Sure. He'll watch it and he'll go, oh, that's cool. I think I've seen, what's that guy, David Copperfield or something doing something like that.
No.
That's so cool.
Rodney, I'm here to tell you, Magic exists, not like magic tricks from a magician, like actual magic, wizards and witches, dragons and elves. That all exists.
Oh man, he says as he holds his head. Oh, I had a really deep hit this last time. Whew.
No, Rodney. This is real.
Oh, okay. All right. I get it. All right, Felix. I get it, and he'll just keep patting your shoulder.
Ronnie, this is a lot serious than you think. This is real and serious.
I'm serious, man.
All right,
I'm really serious.
All right, look. So, my job, I work for the government, okay?
That sounds more boring. But
I'm basically a secret agent.
Oh, that sounds cool. Magician, secret agent.
No. And you know how I was a fortune teller?
Yeah, you do little card things and you tell people about their feelings.
Rodney, I could actually see the future. I'm a seer.
You're a seer.
Yes.
So you see things. I'm a seer too, he says as he points to his eyes.
Not the kind of things you see through drugs. I see the actual future. I see things that others cannot see but are actually there. Look.
Bangin'.
Rodney, there's an entire secret society of magical people, wizards and witches, and they live in secrecy hidden from us all.
All right. Okay.
It's pretty much two different worlds. It's a world hidden within our own. And my job is basically to reveal this world to everyone.
Because you're a seer and you can see them.
And also because it's my job as that secret agent thing.
That's cool. Thanks for telling me what you do.
Anyway, so about Alec, he is also a wizard.
He's also one. Oh, sweet. Can I be one too?
No, you have to be. It's through. You have to be born a wizard.
Oh, Felix, don't tell me what I can and can't do. You sound just like my dad. Rodney, don't take the car out. Rodney, don't go over there to that girl's house and past midnight. Rodney, don't be a wizard. You don't own me. You don't own me. He says,
Rennie, it's. Oh boy. Rodney, I really wish we could have this under other circumstances, conversation under circumstances. You saw what I did with that soda can, right?
Yeah. Soda.
I did this with this ring that could. Okay, I'm getting off topic. So Alec is a wizard. His dad was a bad wizard.
Yeah, the daddy issues again.
He was part of a bad group of wizards.
Okay, bad group of wizards. All right, I'm with you.
He did some bad things. He got involved with some of this, and now he's in a bit of trouble. So I agreed to allow him to hide out here because he's a bit of involved in something I'm looking into.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, I wish we could have this conversation. Ronnie, can you repeat back what you've just learned to me?
I learned you've got friends coming over, daddy issues, you can fix soda, and bad people, and things with magic. Yeah, magic. You're getting the magic on.
All right.
And all that stuff. Some person's coming here. Sure, whatever you want, man.
All right, good enough. Good talk, buddy. I pat him on the shoulder and I get up because I've done the best I can by telling him this.
Are you hungry, by the way?
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry.
There's some brownies in the kitchen. It'll do you some good.
Is there anything in those brownies, Rodney?
There's a lot of things in those brownies.
Is there weed?
Yeah?
I think I'll just go get some takeout.
Alright, suit yourself.
Alright.
I am a pretty good baker.
I'm sure you are. And Felix is just gonna sigh and laugh a little to himself before leaving the room.
Okay. Michael has managed to be released from the hospital, a little worse for wear. You definitely have a deep scar across your chest where your heart is as a reminder of what happened to you during the horrors of that encounter. And it probably will take some time for you to completely 100% recover. I would say that if you're going to, the doctor will tell you not to do anything super strenuous. So if you do anything that requires like an athletics check, you're going to take some penalties. And if you proceed to continue doing athletic things, that will probably not be good for your body, as an FYI. But I'm going to say a couple of weeks pass by, we reach the full moon, you're fine. And you guys are on the plane again, and you are headed to northern England. And they're going to tell you that there has been rumors, Agent Seif will tell you that there's been rumors of this cursed building. They say that it's this one of those abandoned buildings that teenagers sometimes like break into because they like dare each other to like spend the night at this building, and they say it's haunted. And there have been a few cases where people have gone in to this house and they never come back. A few like disappearances, and whenever police officers try to investigate this house, like they don't find really any evidence of stuff. So people just seem to just disappear in this house, and they're not sure if there's like if it really is haunted or what, but it's definitely become very concerning for the people. And the strangest thing is that it's become so much of a problem that they have attempted to tear down and destroy this building, but for some reason it just never happens. Somehow like they get to the point where they're planning on destroying this building and probably turning it into something else, but for one reason or another, it just doesn't actually occur.
That's not normal.
Oh yeah.
That does not sound good.
So, there have been no deaths, just disappearances?
Missing persons. The last that people were told was they were dared to go into this building, and they aren't heard from again.
All right. Well, that's a concern. Let me just think for a minute.
You wouldn't happen to have any blueprints or layouts for the house, would you?
I do, and it seems like a labyrinth of sorts if you look at the layout. And she'll send you the blueprints of this building. And it was constructed it seems to have been constructed in a very strange way.
Huh.
Oh dear.
That's weird.
If we go in there, I do not want them to get separated.
Yeah. We need to keep together the whole time. No one splits up. Especially not you, Michael.
When have I ever split up from the group?
He still somehow always tends to get hurt.
Yeah, Michael, you're staying with the group so that you do not get killed.
Again.
No, I'm well aware of that. I'm just asking, When have I ever separated myself from the group willingly?
Oh, let's see, when we went into the one house and you were just leaving the toilet outside. That was one time.
Well, we asked him to do that.
He still chose to do it. He could have said no.
Alright. But in any case, Michael, stay to the middle of our group.
Again, you know, you get a couple wounds, and then all of a sudden, someone else is the boss. If anything, it would be Celeste.
I forgot you were my boss.
Yeah.
How do you forget that?
I will take that compliment, so Michael. Thank you.
I don't know.
This was the second one hired. She's second in charge. That's how it works.
I've been kind of insubordinate, haven't I? I'm sorry.
All right. So we're sticking together in this house.
You guys will arrive,
Right.
and you will travel to this strange house. It's going to be later in the late afternoon, early evening, around supper time, and it's a very large-looking building. And where it's located just seems really strange in the first place because it's nowhere near like the industrial district. It looks like this structure used to be some sort of a factory of some sort, maybe. It's hard to tell because it's so run down and who knows how long it's been around. But it's surrounded by a big fence. Do you guys... It's a locked fence, so how are you going to get in?
There are two people who can unlock doors easily.
Yeah.
Here.
I'm going to assume that if you want to use the Alohomora spell, you may.
Yeah.
If you want to. All right. Celeste is doing it? Yes, no?
Yeah, Celeste will do it.
Michael, you will see before your very eyes Celeste pull out her wand. And she will give an incantation that sounds a lot like she's from Hawaii for some reason. And with that, the padlock that was on the gate unlocks.
She's saying hello or goodbye. I don't know.
Neither.
All right. Well, that's a very handy spell.
Yeah.
Better than trying to kick something in, wouldn't you say?
Very much so, especially since I'm on doctor's orders not to be doing that for quite some time.
All right. Let's start making our way in. Felix pulls out a compass. I got this, so we will always know which direction we're going in, because this is kind of a maze. So
Yes.
Let's hope there's not some magic that would interfere with that.
we do not split up.
Agent Alnanan. Do
Yes.
you know the Patronus charm?
Excuse me, what?
You know the Patronus charm.
Oh, yes, I do.
If we get separated, we can send our Patronuses to each other. Stay in
That'd
contact
work.
that way.
You will go through the gates, and there's a lot of graffiti everywhere. You can reach the main entrance of the building. That part is actually not locked, so you can actually push the door open, and instantly, like, this musty, dusty smell starts to invade your nostrils. If you look around, it's actually, the lights are out, and I'm sure you guys can use your Loomis spells if you want to cast a light. And you will see that there's a lot of dusty footprints around, probably over time. I don't think there might not necessarily, you might not be able to tell if anyone's been through here recently, but it looks like there's been a lot of people who've been through here. And as you try to navigate your way through the halls based on the blueprints that Scythe gave you, you quickly realize the layout doesn't seem to be matching the blueprints that she sent you.
All right. As we're moving on, Felix is taking up the back and making sure that Michael is in the middle.
Celeste will be in front because she has the best eyesight in the dark and she has really good hearing.
Shay, this is your group's setup, so do you kind of want to describe for them what they're experiencing as they're going through this labyrinth?
Sure. So even outside, it was very subtle and you could barely tell what was going on. But even the rolling hill, it's a very big yard that would have gone between the gates and the building. And on the outside, it looks like a factory, but it looks like it might have been a mix of architecture, and it seems like it has different pieces of history even that will come out in motifs or in just the way some window is designed or some door. The trimming on it might look like it's from 500 years ago, but then you'll have really modern architecture somewhere else, and then something that is maybe Russian influenced. And when you walk inside, everything feels like it's normal, but at the same time, internally, you feel like there's something just inside your gut that seems to be shifting. So everything around you seems to be fine, but you have this nauseous feeling that comes about you when you're walking. In your head, in your eyes, you feel like you're walking straight, but at the same time, there's just a slight amount of vertigo that's happening somewhere in your subconscious, and something's not right in here.
It feels like a hodgepodge of this place feels like a hodgepodge.
It does. I don't feel very woozy.
Not the best place. Some kind of magic here. And I don't like it.
I wonder if it's some sort of really strong confusion, John.
Yeah, or you can't tell if it's or it's so dusty and musty in here that maybe there's a problem with just mold in the walls. Like you can't tell if it's mundane or possibly magical, but yeah.
Felix is going to try and use divination to find his way through. That's a 16.
I think we'll have a sixth sense of what direction you guys may want to go in order to reach whatever it is you're looking for. And again, it's very eerie. The silence is deafening as you're going through. I'm gonna say maybe a few rats scurry in front of you. And it's just a very unsettling experience. And you guys will probably journey through for maybe about a half an hour, honestly. And not really sure if you're getting lost or if you're going to be able to find your way. But eventually, you will make your way to a room. And I am going to let Shay set up the scene because this is going to be right after Mudkip does or does not decide to dip his hat in. Set it up for me. What's going on in this room?
Am I setting up? Is Mudkip in the room right now? Are they walking in on Mudkip essentially?
Yeah, they will walk in on Mudkip. Because I think Mudkip was expected to do something, and he made a choice, or maybe multiple choices, and I'll let you at least set up what the room looks like, where this major choice was made.
So as you start approaching the room, you do see that there's, it looks like footprints at this point. They're very faint. There's just a little bit of, it's definitely mud, but it's starting to dry. It might be a couple hours old. And there's just a little bit of grass as it goes. But you can also see little dots of red, and you can quickly deduct that it's probably dripping blood from something. So when you open the door and you enter the room, it's a very dark room. The windows have actually been shut. There's these really old drapes they're almost falling off the railing, but it's just enough to let in just a sliver of light and give a dim kind of lighting source into the room. And on the far side of the wall, near a really old fireplace, is a hunched over form, it kind of in just a crunched position, and he's holding something close to his chest. And going towards him, you can see that it's very clearly his feet prints leading that way. And there's a couple articles of clothing in the other corners, and they don't look to be his size. He looks to be about half the size of a human. The clothing and the articles, like some of the stuff is gear, just like old tools and stuff lying around, and they're definitely human sized.
And is he the only being in that room?
He is.
Okay.
Can I see what's causing the dripping?
I suppose that's a spot, or however hard.
Yeah, that's a spot. And you are clearly visible in that room. Mudkip is clearly.
Mm-hmm. The dim light is just enough to.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Then I will have you describe him physically when you think it's appropriate to describe him physically.
15.
15 is quite high.
Okay. So, I will say so it's about 4 foot tall, humanoid, long beard, and bald. Kind of just imagine me. That'll make it easier. Darker skin, and very ratty clothing, but not so much that he looks like an absolute vagabond, but pretty close to it. So me on the weekend, and then the.
I can't not picture a 4-foot version of you at the moment, Shay.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking.
That was very good.
And so what he's holding in his hand is a bundled up piece of cloth. With that roll, you can tell it is a hat, and it looks like the hat is what's dripping at his feet.
Felix, hello?
You can't get too close. You can't get too close.
Are you alright?
I will be. Life will change you. Yeah, I'll be all right.
What's your name?
My name is Mudcat. What? It's gonna be Mudcat.
Mudcat.
Are
You're
you
here.
looking for the missing people?
Oh, they're not coming back.
What happened to them?
They're gone.
Do I know what he is?
Any wizard, roll a magical beasts. Roll a magical beasts, please.
So close. 15.
I've been rolling. Since I used my luck already.
Go ahead.
9.
9? Alright. So, Celeste, you know that he is a redcap, is a small dwarf-like magical beast that inhabits wherever human blood had been shed, such as in dungeons of castles and potholes of old battlefields or holes underground. They attack those who are lost, and though they are extremely dangerous to lone muggles, a wizard can easily repel them with charms and hexes. They can also be repelled by dousing them in beautification potion, as their temporary beautiful appearance is repulsive to them. Redcaps are normally around 3 to 4 feet tall, with red eyes and long, sharp nails. They are most found in Northern Europe. Redcaps are less dangerous during their mating season, as they become more interested in attacking each other than any invaders of their territory.
Oh,
So that's what you know.
you're a redcap.
He just nods silently.
Did you kill someone?
I tried.
But you didn't?
She died. All right. And he raises up his hat, his dripping hat. The redder, the wetter. The redder, the wetter. The wetter, the better.
Are there more of you here?
They're around.
How many?
3.
Are they all like you?
I don't want them to be anything like me. I don't want to be like them.
I'm gonna.
Mudkip, did you... Was it them? Do you not want to kill people?
I have to. No, I'm an adult. I'm an adult now.
But have you killed anyone?
He raises his hat. She died. She died.
But
But
did
was
you
it-
kill her?
I think so. She died at my hands.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sit down near him, but not too close.
Felix is going to keep an eye and also making sure to keep close to Michael.
If you don't want to kill someone, you don't have to.
It's what we are. It's what
Some
we
would say
are.
that's what I am, but I don't kill people.
He looks up for the first time. And what are you?
I'm a vampire.
I'm gonna say that you know what a vampire is, and you know what they are supposed to do. You'll know that.
So, how you drink blood to live? No?
I don't have to. I can drink a potion instead. Or if I do have to drink blood, there are people who are willing to volunteer, but I don't have to kill.
Who volunteers to die? No one volunteers to die.
I don't have to kill them. I just need enough to survive. Little bits here and there. At least some do. I've only ever drank blood from one person before.
Michael was her.
Yeah.
And she threw up afterwards, just saying.
On purpose. Not personal. You don't have to be like the others. You have a choice.
But I need this to survive, no?
Why do you need to survive? Would the others hurt you? Is it something you need, like physically?
He raises his sleeves and he pulls up at the back of his shirt, and you do see what looks like stick wounds, so it's kind of whip marks.
Like the others hurt him?
The others say I had to. It was part of. It's part of the ritual. No.
You can always leave them. There are other places you can go where they can't hurt you.
Where would I go? This is home. Everyone fights for their home. This is our home. No.
You can always find a new home. I did. I was born in France. I now live in America. You can always find a new home and a new family. People who accept that you want to be different. There are others who want to be different.
None of them did.
Not them. You just haven't found the right people.
And what about the 3 wizards that are dead now? I almost saved one.
You tried to save one.
He raises the hat. She
So
bled. She didn't move again, though.
The wizards can't be blocked back. If the others here are dangerous, we may have to deal with them. But you don't have to be with them. You can make your own paths, find your own home, and live your own way. Make your own friends. There are plenty out there who'd be your friends. Who'd be your family.
None like me, though.
Do they have to be like you? I want to be your friend. I'm not a red cap.
I have one friend. He taps on his shirt, and you see a roach pinned to his shirt.
What's his name?
His name is Brooch.
Is he a very close friend?
He is very close. He's right by my heart.
That's good. You think Bert would also like to make more friends?
Are you a wizard?
I am.
He backs up a little bit. He said,
I won't hurt you.
You're too
I promise.
close.
I'll back away.
Too close. You'll get hurt
won't
if you
hurt
get
you.
too close.
That's very hard to hurt me. But I mean you no harm, and I don't think you mean me any harm. If you don't want to hurt me, you don't have to. My name is Celeste.
He looks back up, and he comes closer. He starts reaching out to your face, and touches it.
She won't move.
They usually scream.
A lot of them just don't understand.
What am I gonna do with this? It's not the way it was supposed to be. It's not the way Mom made it.
Your mother made that?
Yeah.
We can try washing it. See if we can't get the lead out.
Water?
Water,
We
soap,
barely get water.
but I can take you to where you can get more. Or I can bring you more.
I want it to be brown. It's gotta be brown.
We can make it brown. Even if we can't wash out all the lead, we can always dye it to make it brown again. No ways.
He pulls out a stick from his shirt, and it looks like a wand.
Do you cast magic?
Only when people aren't looking.
Do people not like it when you cast magic?
No, they don't think I can.
I think anyone can cast magic if they try hard enough. I once saw a muggle reverse time.
I was trying.
What?
It was hers. It was hers. I took it off her. My brothers kept calling it a stick, that it wasn't actually a wand. It was just under her when she died.
But it needed a new owner.
I think I can make this work.
I think you can too.
What are Vienno and the rest of the group doing, if anything? Just out of curiosity.
Felix is currently keeping an eye out and also making sure Michael is safe.
Michael is separating from the group. No, I'm just kidding.
He just like, pulls down his heart. It's like, here, right here.
Yeah,
Just puts a big target. Big target.
Grabs him by the back of his coat and just drags him right back.
No.
He just opens a window and just jumps out from the.
Really just comes out and grabs him.
I don't want to be in this place anymore.
I feel like Michael is just kind of staring at the interesting person, because he doesn't know what it is. He's just seeing like I killed her, and like he's holding up a bloody hat, and he's like, okay, so this dude's clearly deranged and has just killed somebody.
I thought Michael believed at this point.
I mean, he does, but he doesn't know what it is. It just looks like a short human who just killed somebody. So I feel like Michael is kind of just like warily watching him, making sure he doesn't make any sudden moves that are aggressive.
And Vino is looking also to make sure here there's more of them are here. Make sure that any others aren't coming.
Vienna, roll and observe. Spot or hear, whatever is higher for you.
Why did I use all my luck in the battle? That's an 10.
10?
Yes.
You're going to hear soft footsteps coming down the hall where you guys came from.
I quietly say, there's someone else coming.
Which way?
The way we came.
You'll turn towards the direction, and you will see 3 red caps that look similar to Mudkip. Out of character, Shay, what is the relationship that you have with these
brothers.
3 red caps?
3 brothers.
His brothers? 3 brothers? Okay. And they will come in, and I'm gonna say that they have their own language. So they see the room of all these new people and will look very confused. And one of your brothers will call you by a name that I'm not gonna be able to pronounce. So he will shout out to you and say, "Is the deed done? Is the deed done? Did you pass your task?"
He raises the hat, doesn't say anything, and puts his head down.
Finally! He's done it! He's finally done it! Wait, who are all these people? The other one says, pointing at them.
He starts to shamble forward a little bit towards them, and he puts his hands out. They just want to rebuild. They're just construction. They're just looking to see if they can take the lot back.
One of your brothers turns and says, "They entered into the maze." "Yes, they entered into the maze."
The rest of the family is gone. They're gone. We don't have to protect anything anymore. Just let them have it.
Why?
Because we could go somewhere else, find a new home.
New home? What's wrong with this home?
It's old. It's old and it keeps changing.
We've lived here for many, many years. It's good enough for Ma, and it's good enough for us.
Don't talk about Ma.
What do you mean, don't talk about Ma? She's our Ma, too.
She's dead.
All the more reason why we should stay here, out of respect for her.
He starts pointing. The troll finger's the name of the one. He starts pointing the one. He's like, no more of this. We're gonna go. And he starts walking towards them. And he pushes one of the brothers towards the door. And he starts waving the hands at the humans.
The brother, like angrily, like when you grab him, he like shoves you back. And he says, "No," he says, "we are staying here. We know what's best for you."
He lowers his head a little bit at that brother. No more.
You finally are one of us now. You've proven you're one of us. So we have to take care of them now. So, because it is what we do.
He approaches the brother and he grips the ironwood. His knuckles go white. And he starts, the redder the wetter. The wetter the better. That's what wants to say. She said life will change you.
And he said, "Yes, that's what she says. The redder the better. The The wetter, the better.
And as he'll be in front of him at that point, and he plunges the ironwood into his ribcage.
Into its.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
Your brothers are in surprise when you do that because they were not expecting you to do that. And what happens next?
He grabs him by the shirt while holding the ironwood into his ribs, and he's trying to push it up, and he's like, the redder the better. We needed to go. We didn't have to be here anymore. We didn't have to do this.
As soon as you do that, the other two brothers, so you attacked one of them, correct?
Yeah.
So you attack one of them, and the other two brothers, they will take out these long, jagged, rusty-looking blades. And they will start to move towards you as if to attack you with these blades. And, one of them is going to say, You need to learn respect. You need to learn a lesson, they say. And what is any of the wizards going to do anything? Wizards and muggles going to
Celeste is
do
pulling
anything?
out her one and pointing it at the Redcaps attacking Mudkip.
Yeah, Felix is raising his hand with the ring on it. And it's getting
Shoot him!
You shoot them?
Peanut takes out
stand right
his
behind
weapon and points it.
Not the
Point at
one
the
that
others.
we were talking to.
All right.
But the one...
Let's start. I'm going to start with Michael. Go ahead and roll an attack roll.
Let's start with the muggle? Oh my god.
One shot him.
Special day. That is a
No.
19.
19?
Yes.
All right. Roll a damage roll for me, please.
17.
Okay. You fire at what it was probably the youngest of the three brothers who is going to go and attack Mudkip. You fire your weapon at him very quickly with a quick draw from your hip. You hear the rusty daggers or blades clang to the ground as he drops them, and there is a bullet wound that goes right through his head as blood starts to spew out. He falls over and slams to the ground lifeless. That enrages the other Redcap, and he says, "You killed him! You killed him!"
I'm gonna stupefy
He
him.
says in this language.
I'm gonna stupefy him.
Go ahead and roll a stupefier spell as he charges towards Michael.
And not again! Everybody hates Michael.
I did just shoot this one.
He's just a giant target.
Yeah, 14.
Michael doesn't need to leave the group to get hurt.
That is a 10.
He is going to run towards Michael. He's going to leap towards him, his face looking very maniacal and bloodthirsty, drooling, with his eyes bloodshot. But you manage to hit him with a stupefy. He will then sail over Michael and drop to the ground, stunned.
Must you really attract so much attention to yourself?
I swear, it's no wonder you keep almost getting killed.
And the one that is struggling with Mudkip turns to you with very blameful eyes, Mudkip, and he says, "This is your fault. You destroyed our family. You destroyed our brotherhood. It's your fault. Your fault."
I've accepted it a long time ago.
We were all you have, and now you'll be alone. He spits into your face.
He shoves the ironwood deeper in, and he puts his hand over his mouth, and he tries to force him down.
You'll force him down. He'll start to cough up blood as this very grainy blood comes out of his throat up into your hand as he starts to fall from the ground. He starts to wriggle a bit as the life ebbs away from him until he finally...
He'll grab his hat as soon as he senses that he's gonna go, and he shoves the hat into his mouth. And he's like, "The redder, the better. The redder, the better."
Yes, you do that. Very violent.
He looks back at the group. So there's the one brother left.
There's the one that's been stunned. Yeah, he seems to still be the only one that's left alive at the moment.
So he'll look up after he sort of sees what he's done, and he'll look up and he's like, Oh, that's not what was supposed to happen. I didn't want any of this. I got too close. Too close.
It's okay.
It's alright. They attacked you.
He walks the perimeter of the room towards the unconscious, or the brother that's been, He's just not talking. Is that what the spell was? He's like done.
He's stunned. So he's. Yeah, but the stun will probably wear off, FYI, to the rest of the wizards.
Yeah, and as he walks around, he'll pick up one of the rusty daggers.
You don't have to.
Mudkip, you don't have to do this.
We could just take him away, so he can't hurt anyone. We have a place we put dangerous people.
He was what? He killed one of the three. He killed one of the three.
He did.
And we can make sure he pays by never being able to do it again.
And you don't need to have any more blood on your hands, Mudkip.
That's what the hat is for. It just soaks it all up, no?
You didn't want it to be red.
I don't want it to be red.
You want
don't make
it to
it
be
red.
brown.
Let us just take him away. He won't hurt anyone ever again, I promise. We're friends, right?
He drops the dagger.
I can take you to some of my other friends. They can keep you safe. And they'll accept you the way you are.
I hear there's circuses in America.
There are circuses if you would like to join one, but they can be mean too.
I would like to see one.
I can take you to see a circus if you like. I'll reach out my hand to offer it to hold his hand if he takes it.
He'll approach slowly, and he'll touch it, and then he'll hang on to it. He'll hold it.
She'll hold his hand. His hand, yeah.
Michael,
Slowly
we
sneak
have
around
had-
and cuff him. Cuff the other one.
Like, don't cut much out.
Wait,
The other brother is
All
stunned, not the.
When you cuff him,
It's just about to say, do we have hard cuffs small enough for that one?
When in doubt, you could always use rope.
I guess you'll bind his arms, and he's just gonna be like rabidly furious. He's just gonna be drooling. He's gonna just be like,
Maybe
just like,
if we have one of those things that they put on Hannibal Lecter to make sure he doesn't bite anyone.
yeah. He looks very like crazed, and you guys are just going to try to incapacitate him. I'm assuming you can like knock him out if you really want to knock him.
Yeah.
You'll be able to knock him
And when
out.
in doubt, we have the knockout gas, quite literally.
Yeah.
Mudkip, so you're going to go with these people?
Mm-hmm.
So Mudkip, there is one thing. You have few possessions, but there is like, I guess if you wanted to give them something for taking you away from this place, there is like some stuff that you have in a box that actually was originally passed on to you by your mom, but it's got like some shiny things in there if you want to give them some shiny things, but that's up to you.
Yeah, he'll lead. He's like, I have to go grab some stuff. I can't go without my stuff.
All right.
That's fine. Would you like me to come with you?
Yeah, he'll pull you along, and you'll get sort of sick through some hallway, and it'll go in some left and rights, and the walls feel like they're shifting slightly. And he's always looking down at his feet when he's walking. He's never looking straight.
We make sure to follow They gotta free.
Yep. We don't want
Okay.
to be left
Don't get
alone.
separated.
No one
Don't
separate.
separate.
You'll follow him, and so do you actually live in this building, or do you live underground?
In the basement, in the cellars.
Okay.
Yeah.
He will take you through the hallways to, I guess, where he presumably at least sleeps.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to describe that area for them.
He actually leads you outside, and then to the side of the building, there's actually one of those wine cellar things, or one of those old coal cellars that are slanted. There's like the doors that open up, and you walk down into the earth. So they're earth-packed walls, very musty smell again, some roaches crawling all over the place, and then he takes you down there, and there's just a lantern that's burning still lightly, and there's a roll on the side with some knickknacks here and there. It looks like he just collects things from all over the place, and then he's got one box by his bed, and he goes for that box. He's like, this is the stuff from when I was young, and my mom gave me stuff, and I want you to take whatever you want, because I maybe borrowed a lot of things from people in my day, and some of them didn't ask for the stuff back. So I just want you to take, each of you could take something. It's a little treasure box.
All right. What do we see?
So inside of it's a wooden box, an old wooden box, and inside of the wooden box there's like some knicks and knickknacks, like gaudy looking pins or brooches. Not the bro
Not my
roach.
brooch.
I call brooch his bro roach. He's my bro roach, my brooch. And as well as like some sickles is the smallest coin value in. Is it nuts or I don't remember. But there's nuts and several like low wizarding coins, as well as a crumpled up looking piece of parchment that might catch Vienno's eye.
Yes.
So Vienno, you take this parchment, and it's if you unroll it, the parchment is written actually in English. It doesn't look like it's anything that's written by a Mudkip, and the parchment says, "The wetter, the better," and wrapped inside this parchment is a hoop.
You hear start to speaking in Finnish, so you know what he found.
Felix is going to quickly look over and try and identify the sign on it.
Roll an astronomy.
I am very good at astronomy.
You are our own translator.
19.
So like I said, the wetter, the better.
Oh.
Which symbol do you think this is?
Aquarius? It's an Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Aquarius, of course.
Aquarius.
Ah. I thought I was muted.
Vienno, I think this should go to the one person who doesn't have one yet.
Yes. I need to testing.
Vienno.
Yes. I had to quick to Celeste. I need to do some tests with you with this.
Just be nice.
Don't worry, they shouldn't be any dangerous.
I hope not. I'll actually make sure I am compatible with
I
Aquarius.
take one of the coins.
Yeah, you can take one of the coins.
Oh, I'm super compatible. Cool.
Whichever one looks the most clean and legible.
Sure, I will let you do that.
I'll take some piece of jewelry that does not look like it could even have a hint of silver.
Vienno, what do you say to the nice Mudkip?
You know?
Vienno, what do you say?
Thank you.
Felix is going to take a yo-yo.
Okay, you take a yo-yo.
Well, thank you, Mudkip.
Yes, thank you.
And he closes the box.
Alright. Let's get you out of here and let's go make that hat the right color.
So you will take the Mudkip away from his house and you will introduce him to a circus?
He
Is
wants
that what's happening?
he wants to see a circus, but she eventually intends on taking him to her friends, to her group, because she knows that they'll accept him. Because he doesn't
Cool.
want to be
Sweet.
like a typical red cap.
Perfect.
So he'll have
That
new
will- so what he'll
family
do.
amongst the resistance.
Out of character, Viano, when you spend time doing tests on this hoop with Celeste, you will find out that yes, it is indeed a hoop that allows you to manipulate water. If you are able to roll a use magic item high enough, you can control the temperature of said water so that it can either turn into steam, hot steam, or icy, freeziness. So if Celeste wants to start, going out and sing, let it go, let it go, she can do that if she'd like. Or whoever's using this hoop. You could probably also use the hoop to manipulate steam into fog. It's water manipulation.
Gotta say, this is gonna be very useful considering a vampire's issue with running water.
Yes. Well, there you go. You are now a water vendor.
Right before we end, can I do
Yes.
something?
Yes.
I take
Yes.
that coin. Was it a bronze nut, whatever, or a sickle? Which one?
It was a nut.
It's a
Nuts
bronze
are
Bronze nut.
Okay.
Nuts are bronze. Nuts are bronze.
Right before we end, I'm assuming we're back.
You can be. You can be.
I go into Regal's room unannounced, and I close the door behind me, and I flicker the bronze nut, and I say, "We need to have a long talk." And then that's all.
Cool. We can have that long talk when you and I do our one-on-one session with Michael's backstory,
Sounds good.
which we will schedule. So nobody can hear what's happening.
Yes.
Ah!
Damn it!
We need
All
to
right.
write RP session now, guys. We need to.